Welcome back to the Playing Out Loud podcast. We have two, I think, fairly funny guys in. Would you say you're
I
funny?
would hope so.
Yeah. I'll vouch for Jeremy.
Yeah.
I'll
All right.
vouch for Scott.
Look they introduce themselves. My job is done. I'll just have you take it from here. So we have Jeremy West, the Jeremy West.
The Jeremy West.
Capital THE. And we have the Scott Witkop.
Hello.
Yes. Both in here early. Thank you both for being here.
Absolutely.
Before noon.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
On a weekend. So we're going to chat about comedy today. Comedy's a bit of a growing scene, I guess you'd say, probably in the northern Michigan region. I feel like there's a renaissance happening in Grand Rapids, and I feel like that's sort of migrated north a little bit. Yay, nay, kind of, maybe, yes?
Not from my perspective.
No,
but
okay, all right.
I've been here the whole time, so my
so
perspective's a little bit skewed.
Okay.
Grand Rapids, no shade on them at all, but they've had almost no influence on what I've tried to do with comedy up here.
Well, that's good that they're separate. I remember when I did stand-up in Grand Rapids, there was nothing in Traverse City. There was no open mic. There was nothing, which made me sad because it was my hometown and I visited a lot, but I could never do stand-up here. So now that there is a very dedicated open mic, the USS, I always want to say USSR, and it's never that. That's a totally different thing.
Yeah. That's not as funny.
No. But you co-founded that? You're part of running that, right? Mm-hmm. And that's down at Union Street Station on Tuesdays.
Every Tuesday night.
8 o'clock, right?
Yep. Well, around 8.
Around 8.
It's usually 8:10.
Get there by 8. Yeah.
Get there by 8.
Gotcha. And how long has that been running now?
I want to say it's coming up on the 7th anniversary.
Yeah, that sounds right. 7 years.
I just missed it then. I left for LA in 2017.
Okay.
So, just missed it.
I was trying to do the I think 2014 is when the very first comedy open mic that I was a part of started in Traverse City.
Wow.
Yeah.
So not that long ago.
No.
It's really been, so you've been here since the beginning, Jeremy.
Yeah, of the current iteration, yeah.
Was there a previous iteration then?
Not really. There was no place to try to see if you were good at comedy before Dave Vasey started Rotten Cherries all those years ago.
What is Rotten Cherries?
That was the original comedy open mic at the Inside Out Gallery. R.I.P. to both of those things.
Wow.
But, damn.
I feel old now. I remember when that started.
Me too.
Rotten Cherries. That's a good name, though.
Oh, yeah. And it was very apt for what comedy was in Traverse City at the time. It's like, let's just leave this over here in the corner and not talk about it.
Just shove it in the corner. Nobody look. So USS for open mics, but you both are also part of Kamikaze Comedy. Mm-hmm. How did Kamikaze get its name?
So I think that goes all the way back to Matt Zarilli and Ben Max, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They started Kamikaze, and I think the name...
Actually, I could take it back even further. I think it was David Graves was even a part of that originally. So there was sort of the next evolution of David Graves had Falling Downstairs. And then when that started to kind of, I wouldn't say crumble, it was more like the scene was starting to solidify. We were starting to realize we didn't need competing factions in comedy because there were like 6 of us that were dedicated to it. And so I think everything just kind of folded into Kamikaze over time.
Okay.
Yeah, because now I think it's kind of the dedicated, fairly consistent show, right, that happens in town. And you do a lot at Right Brain Brewery, right?
Yeah.
Any other locations forthcoming? Or
We got a room in Sault Ste. Marie at the 313 venue.
Which rules, go there, buy tickets. It's so fun.
It's very fun. We also have like a couple other like satellite shows as well. Like John Reed runs a room in Sheboygan at the Hive, and that's a monthly show, I think every third Thursday.
Yep.
And then Ben Bradshaw runs the room at Eugene's Record Co-op in the basement of Coin Slot.
Right.
I think we're going to do another one of those in March.
Nice.
Yeah, we got little rooms all over the place and places to work out and grow, and that's our thing, is boost.
I mean, after, I guess, reviewing all of that, I feel like there's a small renaissance of comedy, just based on what was just listed off in the last, we'll say, decade or less.
It's far easier now to convince people to come out to shows than it has been in the past. I mean, we used to sell, 20, 30 tickets to a Right Brain show, and now we're over capacity.
You're sold out, It looked like a hit last weekend y'all played. It looked awesome.
That was standing room only and then some.
Yeah.
I think people also in the wintertime too are just
desperate to get out because we are paneling our den with pasta and everything else. And so to get out and enjoy a good beer and laugh is like Yes, that warms the soul.
I mean, you see it here, but you see it especially in places like the Sioux because like it's so cold and desolate up there. Those people are just starving for entertainment.
They want to get out and do something.
Yeah. Okay, so important question. How terrifying is it to go over the Mackinac Bridge in the winter?
I have yet to actually drive it myself.
Okay.
I'm always just in the back seat staring at the ceiling like, this is fine. This is fine. Nothing's going to happen. We're going to be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we say the entire time.
The entire time, just white, like...
We pretend it's not terrifying.
We make jokes or turn up the Space Jam soundtrack
That's
real
right.
loud.
Yes, that's a good one. I would, I'd be on that Spice Girl grind. I'd be like, stop right now, but don't stop on the bridge. Like, it would just be a whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I white knuckle it when it's the summer and I need to go over it, so I can't imagine.
It is terrifying when there's some good wind gusts.
Yeah.
That's when it's not fun.
That's when you're glad you're in a smaller vehicle, not like a semi-truck or a Winnebago. Just
a Yugo.
go right over.
Yeah, you go.
We should maybe consider a comedy Winnebago.
I mean, the first time we went in a van.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chrysler Pacifica.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big van. That's because I threw my back out, so I needed to be cozy.
Oh dear.
On the way up there.
Shout out to Joe Curtis's dad for
yeah.
loaning us the van.
Amazing. Okay, so outside of stand-up though, Jeremy, you play a lot of instruments.
I do.
How many?
I've lost count and I keep adding more. So.
Oh dear. Okay. Do you play the cowbell or the kazoo?
Well, that's if the cowbell falls under percussion. And
wow.
I do have one on
so
my drum
technical.
set. I actually don't own a kazoo, but a little known fact, you can actually make one with wax paper and a hairbrush.
Okay.
Or a comb, excuse me. We gotta get real technical about how you do this.
Wax paper and a comb.
Mm-hmm. You just take a rubber band and put some wax paper on a comb and then play it the same way you would a kazoo. It's the same sound.
Is it? Okay.
Well, we all have a science experiment to do after this.
Can you list some of the instruments that you play?
I mean, guitar's my main instrument. I started on bass guitar. Actually, I technically started on piano. Like, my mom made me take piano lessons when I was too young to actually appreciate what an instrument was. But I gravitated to guitars and stringed instruments. And then just over time started to see the similarities between different instruments. And it was like, oh, I bet I could apply some of these principles to that and get a different sound and do a different thing. And it just doesn't it's musical ADHD. Like, I should probably focus on one instrument and master it, but I just keep adding different things. My favorite currently is the lap steel guitar, which was the very first like mass-produced electric guitar. So like if you hear like old Hawaiian songs with like that real slidey, haunting kind of guitar sound, I'm really into that right now.
Haunting music is what I'm hearing, is what you really
Well, it's like old surf music, really. Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny is a great example of the sound I'm talking about. But yeah, my wife bought me a Rickenbacker lap steel from the 1940s.
Wow.
So it's like literally one of the very first production electric guitars. And I've spent about 4 years trying to figure out how to play that thing. And I think I finally, not figured it out, but I can like convincingly play a song on it at this point.
Convincingly. That's kind of what we're all doing with an instrument, right? We're just winging it a little bit.
Trying to make some pleasing textures with some rhythm, I
Sure.
guess. I don't know.
Do you play percussion though?
Mhm.
Okay. Have you played like, I don't know, a clarinet or flute?
No,
or...
woodwinds is one that I don't have a strong interest in.
Okay.
I would try it if I could get a hold of one for cheap enough. I've yet to come across a clarinet at a garage sale for like $10. I would be all in if that were the case.
I think at that point it's called a recorder, and
Now, see, I have a recorder and I don't enjoy it.
I don't
It's
know
like the
anyone.
one musical instrument I don't enjoy.
Yeah, no, I mean, God, I would take bagpipes over that.
Mhm.
I would take bagpipes daily over a recorder.
Well, it depends on who's like, yeah.
No, it doesn't. For me, it doesn't.
Somebody skilled on a recorder though versus like a classroom full of kindergartners. I mean, there's some distance there.
That's fair. At least I'd be entertained though by the small people
I mean,
trying
like,
to play a bagpipe.
My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. That might be
gosh, that'd
peak
be
recorder.
It's good when it's also not good too. It's the best part. Do you play in bands around town? Yes.
Yeah, currently, well, the Knockoffs is a current-ish project. Like, we're all, adults and married and busy, so we haven't been super active with that. But it's always kind of on the back burner, ready to pop back out. We usually try to do a couple of gigs with that in the summertime.
Yeah.
But I used to have a punk band called the Droogs that was a lot of fun. It's like kind of that skate pop punk kind of sound. And we had a lot of fun. Open for Mustard Plug a couple times. Pyramid Scheme played for like 400 people.
Pyramid
Which was
Scheme's
crazy.
great.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So lived a little bit of a rock star life for a minute. And
A Midwest Michigan rock star.
Yeah.
I love it.
you know, the 3-day weekend tour.
Yep. yeah, exactly.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, music's just hard.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder. I mean, I'm in a happy marriage, but being in a band is like being married to 3 or 4 other people. And it's trying to meet expectations for everybody is super difficult.
Yeah.
Like I see bands with longevity, and I'm like, man, how did you pull that off? Because
Yeah.
it's just, everybody goes in a million different directions. And it's, if you can get that many people to stay coordinated on one idea, one sound, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. It seems like longevity is not sustainable these days just because of the way the industry has sort of morphed and, for lack of better terminology, bastardized a lot of the artistic integrity of
Absolutely.
musicians. It's very commercialized. And I saw that a little bit in stand-up in Los Angeles, too, of people that, like, they're just there to try to make it big and whatever, and they'll play to whatever it takes to get you there instead of just enjoying the art and telling the jokes and having
Being
a good time.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an epidemic of that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's limited to LA at all.
No, definitely not. But certain pockets, you just see it more clearly, too, I think,
Sure.
when you're embedded in it. Although I didn't see that much in Grand Rapids, now that I think about it. But it's been a
I
minute.
do have to say that like most of the Grand Rapids comics that I know are like actual dedicated to the craft comics that, really care about the art. And got to admire them for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, you've been all over doing stand-up. So you have done it in Southern California, Central Texas, here, anywhere else on the agenda? Any other states or places you're aiming to try it out?
I mean, everywhere is the goal. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, last year I did a little like Midwest run where we did 4 states in 4 days. We did Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. Yeah, I left here and like I think I was doing comedy for 2 years, and then I moved to San Diego, and then I was doing like Madhouse every single night, and that was a big eye opener because like when I left here, I think the most time I'd ever done was like 20 minutes or something. I get to San Diego and you're doing like 3-minute mics and whatnot, and you're just grinding like every night. And then I realized, I only have like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was a big like eye opener, and it's good to have the self-awareness and being a stand-up as well, because there's a lot of people that have done 20 minutes but don't have 20 minutes.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And realizing like building material and whatnot. And then I was in San Diego for like a few months, and then I moved to, we'll say Austin, but it was
Okay.
Pflugerville.
Oh, yes. Oh, I've been there. I
Yeah.
did an open mic there once. It was horrendous.
In Pflugerville?
Yeah.
Which one?
It was in like a brand new complex that was in this weird, it was like a subdivision, but then they had like restaurants and then they had an open mic area. And honestly, it was some of the most racist jokes I've ever heard at any
yeah.
open mic. And I was like,
Texas.
okay, Texas.
Yeah.
This is different from LA and this is very different from Michigan. Yeah, that was bonkers. The restaurant was nice though.
Yeah. No, when I was in Austin, because I was there for maybe 2.5 years, and then you'd worked every kind of room imaginable, coffee shops, VFW hall.
Wow. That's a new one.
Yeah, just nonsense. Like I did a spot where the room was divided into 3 separate areas, but the walls didn't go all the way up, and you'd be getting heckled from the bar
Oh my God.
on the other side of the wall, and it's like I can't see you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That would be like being on one side of the double wide and getting yelled on
It
from
was
the other
exactly
side
that.
of the double wide.
But it was just comics, like at Dillinger's, and then
Yeah.
Oh, did you ever get
drunk
to
idiots
The
at
bootleggers.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to do a show at the Parlor when we were doing shows there?
No.
Because there's that.
Was it like
there's
that?
like back room where we were doing comedy, but then there was the whole open spot, and they'd be having live music go on at the same time as the
geez.
comedy show. and
You
it
can't
was-
do that at the same
Oh,
time.
it was brutal.
Well, at Creek in the Cave, which is
Yeah. I
club.
followed them for a bit.
they have one in Austin.
Yeah.
Next door was a music venue, and it was outside, and you could hear the music inside the club. And I mean, if you watch Shane Gillis's Live in Austin
Yes.
special,
Oh yeah.
he leaves that in.
Yeah.
You can hear the music from
Yeah.
across the street. that's playing outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I've learned a lot of things from being in all these different areas and having these, short sets and seeing all different types of comedy. Like you said, like obviously Austin comedy is a little different than LA comedy.
Oh yeah.
Than just putting it all together. And what I liked about being in Texas was like I feel like I got like an associate's degree in comedy of like how things are ran and how like other productions come up and how they work. And I think that's when I came back here what I really wanted to strive with Kamikaze is, build a community.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, comedy, you are up there like alone, but it's not a solo sport. You need a group. You need a community because it's not just you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't have somebody else write your jokes, but...
Correct. But in a way, we do write with each other. And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Tags is one thing.
Yeah. But not full on.
Yeah.
Seen all sorts of things over the years.
Yeah. Like my favorite shows are Kamikaze shows because it's us and it's on the road and it's the whole camaraderie, and then we take that energy to the show.
Oh, the road trips with the boys on the way to the show. I mean, you just get goofy and silly. So by the time you hit the stage, you're just so loose and ready
to go.
Whatever happens in the room because you've been ribbing each other in the car for 2-3 hours.
Like a heckler isn't nothing because the Joe Curtis will say something so mean.
Oh, we are the most horrible to each other.
But it's all love.
In the car with the doors closed and the windows up. It's like, let it ride.
Let it go. Yeah. And before and after the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I shouldn't say most comics, but at least my experience is the hang before and after the show is most of the reason to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we all have a drive to entertain people and try to grow our art, but I don't know, ever since COVID, it seems like we don't hang with people like we used to. So I really, really cherish these road trips and these hangs.
Yeah.
It's camaraderie.
Yeah. One of the reasons I left LA was because my comedy community left. Like lots of things just fell through. I was going to it was like this super great women's only mic, and they did a show at the Laugh Factory, and I was auditioning for that show like the month before COVID closed down. And I was so mad. And they didn't make it. They didn't make it through. They closed down, and other open mics closed, or you did everything outside. It was like, here's a tent in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Pay $5 and go up. It's also all pay to play. There's no
That what in Cali?
$3.99 in LA. Yeah, it's part of San Diego.
In San Diego, there was a few like that. And I don't know, in my experience, because it was just comics that also paid $5.
Yes.
In my case, and I was like, I'm not paying to practice.
Yeah, when your whole audience is focusing on their own material instead.
I think that's the difference too between like a pay to play and, for example, a lottery. So there's a big West Side comedy club in Santa Monica that would do a lottery, and I hated it because you did not know if you were going up until like 2 spots before. And so you're just like anxious, hanging out in the back. But at the same time, if you just allowed yourself to just watch what was happening, you're in a room with literally 75 other comics. I mean, it's a packed room. And a lot of people know each other and they're chatting and whatever, and you're having a drink. And so it becomes a little bit, more social that way, and people find each other through that, but also like difficult because you could wait for 3 hours and never go up.
Sure.
And you're still only ever limited to 5 minutes. But they did open up one that you could do longer bits. It was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but again, pay to play. And you're like Venmoing this random stranger opening this. Can I go up? Is this all right? And so it just kind of dismantled itself and it just became less fun. And I feel like at least for me, I don't know if Traverse City went through this, but there was like pre-COVID LA. Super fun, amazing, eat it all up every day. If it was still like that, I'd probably still be there. Then there's like COVID, like 2020 to 21, like solid pandemic years. Don't go outside, wipe your groceries down. I did online comedy shows and those sucked so bad.
Oh, we don't need to
So
talk
bad.
about
Okay,
it.
that's
So
fair.
bad.
Oh, we can. It was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
They're hilarious in the way that you're just like, well, never doing that again, but
Yeah.
not in a fulfilling kind of way.
No.
I actually couldn't tell you because I have zero recollection of the show. I was blackout drunk on tequila.
I remember.
Scott's
Lots
like,
of people
I got
remember and they tell me about it. It's apparently legendary, but I don't even want to see a clip of it. I quit
Yeah.
drinking a number of years ago.
it. Yeah. And then there's like post pandemic, and
Yeah.
everything has shifted a bit in a different way that I feel is still sort of undescribable in a sense. Like, you're like, people do want to laugh, right? Like, more people want to come to shows and things like that, but there's like this weird, I don't know, like tiptoeing to a certain degree.
Yeah, there is.
And then there's some people that's like, they don't give a shit and they just lean right into it. And you're like, that's when we can kind of let loose. But I feel like entertainment in general, whether it's theater, comedy, you know, the Hollywood machine or whatever, everything's still figuring itself out.
Mhm.
I will say that I think Hollywood is not figuring itself out and it's just dive bombing at this point. But, you know, after the pandemic, it just was not fun. Like, LA was just not fun. And then coming here and seeing just how much there is now, and it's not a ton, but it's way more than it used to be, is so great. And the community part is imperative because even though you are writer, director, producer, performer of your own stuff, if you don't have other people that you can hang out with and be like, so did that suck?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like, be
sure.
honest.
So
Yeah, it was
important.
okay. It was weak. You know, too many tags, too little tags, no,
Yeah.
whatever. You
It's
know what I
like,
mean?
hey,
Like,
have you noticed that you put your hand in your pocket a weird way every time you tell that joke? I'm like, what?
yeah. Have you noticed you have a hunchback when you get on stage? It's really weird. It just shows up. What do you think, I guess kind of stemming off that, what do you think is the hardest part of doing stand-up these days?
Well,
You go ahead, Scott. You're more in the business end of it than I am. That to me, I think, is the hard part, is what's expected on the business end of comedy, which
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with.
Like your ROI for laughs kind of thing?
I
Like,
try not to think about that at all.
okay. Yeah.
Whereas Scott's definitely more on the business side, crunching numbers and stuff.
Mm,
To me, that's my least favorite part of comedy, is trying to figure out the legal tax-paying way to do it.
got it. Okay.
yeah, that sucks. Wait, there's taxes? No,
Yeah,
just kidding.
right.
I had no idea.
Oh, man.
Now I know who IRS is.
I think, like, right now, I usually don't try to think of, like, what's difficult or, I don't know. I love it. I love every part of it. I think the challenge is right now, like, in Traverse City, is getting new people to come out and try it, or getting, like, the idea of stand-up. Kind of like how the story I just told. Like, I'm 2 years in, I've done some time, and then I move across the country and think, I got all this time. I'm awesome. And then you get there, you're humbled real quick.
Yeah.
You get 3-minute sets. You're bombing every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Every set you do.
Yep.
I think maybe that is the challenge, is getting everyone to be like more self-aware of the process and that you just need to work. It can't be handed to you. Like,
Yeah.
I drove 5 hours, like, round trip to Grand Rapids to do 2 mics to work on 1 tag.
Mm,
Do you know how happy I was on the drive back when it's like, that new tag works?
yeah.
It's
Got
a
it.
40-second chunk. And
Yep.
I was so happy coming back. I'm like, yes, I got it. I'm ready to nail it on the next show. You know, I strayed so far away from your question.
It's all right.
It jogged another thing that we get sometimes, where somebody who's relatively new to, like, the Union Street mic will be like, well, hey, why did you light me at 7 minutes? Like, you know, I was doing good. And it's like, do you understand that, like, literally every other mic you would have gotten half that time?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth kind of thing. It's like, we have a really good thing going. We wish it was more popular. We wish more people knew about it. But the consequence that comes with that is then we're going to wind up running one of those shows where you get 3 minutes in
True.
front of 75 comics.
Or
Yeah.
have
We
to
try to
start,
avoid,
like,
keep it as
Clean,
fun
like
for
straight.
everybody
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
possible. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you truly want to be involved in the process and you really want to do jokes, then we want to make more space for you than somebody who's like, oh, let me try comedy and see if it sticks. It's like,
Yeah.
there's more to it than just getting up in front of people and talking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So would you say there's kind of, at least with Kamikaze, there's more of a focus of people who are just dedicated, like putting a little bit more of that elbow grease,
For sure.
showing up consistently to some type of open mic. I mean, there's really
Yeah.
only the one in town, but
Mm-hmm.
I think, doesn't Workshop Brewing also, they do an open mic, but it's not dedicated to comedy.
Right. I think they're the comedy mixtape or something like that. I think it's more improv focused.
Okay.
And the new Stretch show.
Oh, yeah. Nick Stafford's new show that's tomorrow night.
Yeah. It's once a month on Sundays. I think this is the third one.
The third iteration. It's the second one with him running it, but it's the third iteration of the show that John Reed started. But it's like it's kind of a comedy competition show where you go up and you start with 1 minute on the clock, and then for every laugh you get, it adds a certain amount of time, and so you can do a longer set by doing well, which is
interesting.
Yeah,
so
it's a concept that's hard for some people to grasp. But
I know, and I kind of want to say it here. Like, I think the strategy for that show is take your type 5. Whether it's your type 5 that you start with or your type 5 that you end with. Type 5 is 5 minutes. That's punchy for the listener that may not. Take that type 5, and then you'll know if it's your type 5.
Yep.
Because you max out at 5 minutes. And then it's almost an automatic advancement into the next round.
And if you can't get a laugh in a minute, then you know you need to tighten up your setups and get to the funny faster.
Yeah, or you need to have punchlines. Sometimes there's some folks I've seen that are just all setup and no punchline. Or like weird punchlines with next to no setup because they're just like, this thing's funny, right? And you're like,
I got a couple of those.
Without context, I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this. Well, that's good to know. Now I have Saturday night plans.
Sunday night.
Sunday night? What day is it?
It's Saturday.
Okay.
I asked myself the same thing.
It feels
what
like,
day is it?
Yeah, it feels like January 400th today.
It does. It does.
So I'm a little lost in space.
This winter has felt especially trying for some reason.
Today's the first sunny day, though, so...
I know. I was like, when I walked in, I'm like, it's weird to see the sun. My eyes hurt.
It's like, you see the sun and you're in the heat of the vehicle, and then you get out of the vehicle and you get hit with the Arctic blast, and you're like, the sun lied to me.
The sun frequently lies, let's be honest. It looks all nice, and then you step out. Like, I lived in Arizona for a year. That was a choice I made. And it's, it looks so nice and sunny. You step outside and you're like, everything wants to kill me. Right now.
100%.
This is terrible. But it's the winter's our version of that. It's just cold.
It is. Yeah.
But at least you don't feel it. You feel everything in the sun.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. My dad described it to me when I was a kid. He's like, when you're hot, you're uncomfortable. But when you're cold, it hurts.
I just stopped feeling at one point. So. Like, I can't feel my hands or toes. So.
I've been working outside the last couple of weeks, and it's like when the blood rushes back into your hands after being outside for 4 hours, that is 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
It hurts.
It hurts a lot.
Have you ever done outdoor shows?
Oh God.
Yeah.
You just triggered
in Texas a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this one time just to hopefully convince
I
nobody
forgot
to ever do this again. Outdoor silent disco comedy.
Oh my gosh.
Does not work. Don't do it. Don't think about doing it. I still hold a grudge, and I'm pretty sure that guy's dead, but I
still hold a grudge, but I'm pretty sure that guy's dead.
You got to tell,
I need a little more context.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us a story?
Yeah, it was during the Microbrew and Music Festival.
Okay.
Which I don't know if they're still doing that or not. I don't pay much attention to the festival circuit, unfortunately, but...
Was it in the Commons?
It was in the Commons.
Oh.
Yeah, in a tent, and it was a silent disco, and somebody had the brilliant idea that in between the two DJs that were playing sets through headphones, you have a comedian do jokes in the middle. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the neatest part was from the stage, everybody had headphones on, and the headphones all had LEDs, which told you which channel they were tuned into. So I think one side of the stage was red, the other side of the stage was blue, and comedy was green. And the most green lights I saw through that entire show was 2.
And then you just watch them change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be like, oh, what are they talking about? And you see it turn green for about 5 seconds, and like, I'm good.
Oh, man.
That's humbling on a whole new level.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I just sat down at the edge of the stage one point and was just talking to one person. Like, I know you're listening.
With
to me, 'cause
headphones.
your headphones aren't even on, so I know you can hear me. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Brutal.
Oh.
I thought some of my bombings were bad, but I have not experienced
That's
that.
bad when people just shut you off. Yeah. God
But
front
damn.
of
stay in the
you.
room and continue to have a good time.
Yeah. They're like, not for me.
They just want to make sure that you know that you're not the one entertaining them in this moment.
No. Any other types of outdoor,
Actually,
hopefully
we
better
just did one this
experience?
last
Yeah,
summer.
that's what I thought you were.
The Casa Nueva.
Casa
in,
Nueva.
Mansalona.
It
Our
was like-
boy Brendan, intern Brendan.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. His heart is in the right place.
Yes.
I mean, it's just one of those funny comedy things that happens where it's like, well, we have a room, let's do comedy here. And then the owner's like, well, how about we put it outside because it's summertime? And it's like, well, it's 85 degrees and there's no shade outside.
And it's peak hours, sun, no
Oof.
clouds. That was the hottest gig.
That was the hottest gig.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It was fun, though.
It was fun,
It was a
Mans-
disaster.
but
In-
everyone was just miserable
In Mansalona. It was
in
fun.
Mansalona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I didn't know the folks in Mansalona appreciated stand-up comedy, but
You know what's funny is we actually have kind of a dedicated following of people that come to almost every single show.
love it.
And
That was the crew
yeah,
Yeah.
that came from like Travers and Kalkaska, and
yep,
it was cool.
You've got like a little kamikaze groupie kind
Yeah,
of thing
we
going
kind of
on.
do.
we do.
But
we
like
do.
nice groupies, not like the
Yeah,
strung
not
out.
like weird stalkery kind of, just normal comedy fans.
Well,
who-
don't put it out there
Oh, I mean, it's coming.
because now it's coming.
Most of the weirdos end up on stage. to
Yeah,
be
I was just
honest.
gonna say they transition
usually
into
us.
into doing comedy. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Both of you have performed with the Traverse City Comedy Festival, yes?
Mhm.
That's where I met you last
Yeah.
year, corralled in the Traverse City Comedy Club
Yep.
for Garfield. That has grown quite a bit, it seems like, over the last few years. Like they're doing shows at the Playhouse, they're doing shows kind of all around, and some pretty big names are coming through. What's y'all's participation in that this year? Is Kamikaze doing something special or?
Not a lot has came out officially
Okay.
yet. From what I know is we will be having a local show on the Thursday, which I believe is April 14th,
Okay, sure.
the first day of the festival.
Sure,
Yeah, at the club. I think it will be like the 6:00 show. So if you don't get tickets to the Park Place, the headliner show, come
Yeah,
over
come
and
see
see
us.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I saw last year, right?
We actually
We
had
had
two
two
shows
shows.
last year.
Okay.
So there was one that was kind of more for like the OGs of Traverse City comedy, just the
Mhm.
people who've been running shows and doing it longer. And then the other one was more like the
Up and coming.
up and comers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you see a lot of new folks like come through that? Do you guys get a lot of like networking in with other comics during that time?
Not
Yeah,
nearly
the-
enough.
Not enough,
Yeah.
but
That's on me. I'm not very social.
that's what we have Ben Bradshaw for.
Yep, exactly. Young Ben.
They didn't have it last year because of some scheduling conflicts, but historically, there's an open mic that happens every night during the festival at
Oh.
Workshop Brewing.
Oh.
Then after the mic starts like comedy karaoke, and it starts when all the shows in town are done. So that's where all the
Everybody
comics
goes
go.
to hang.
And that, like we said earlier, the hang is
Yeah.
is fun when you just get a bunch of
Get to catch up
Goofy
with people you
comics.
haven't seen in years. And
from all over the state. And it sounds like this year the country, from what I think they had like 33 states,
Wow.
like people from
Applied.
33 states applied.
That's
so,
huge.
And yeah, I think the talent it will be pretty strong this year, from my understanding.
That's exciting. I did Laugh Fest in 2017, and
Nice.
that was awesome. Got to play at Dr. Grin's
Yeah.
and
That's
fun
fun.
room.
Yeah.
Super fun though, just to meet so many different people. I
Sure.
mean, that
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's changed so much. They don't really. It's kind of an invite only. It feels like before
Mm-hmm.
it was you could send in just like how the TC Comedy Fest is. You could send in your 5 minutes and blah,
I
blah,
got
blah.
Laugh
And
Fest
then
after like my second year in comedy, which
Yeah.
I should not have.
Same.
But you know,
same. Yeah. I don't think I was a year in. I was just like, what's the worst that could happen? They say no.
They-
That's easier than bombing in front of people. So we're
They
good.
put me on a semi-pro showcase, which was I
Oh,
did
damn.
not belong there.
How good was that tape?
I didn't get a tape.
Damn.
My social media presence is like negative. I'm barely
You have
online.
negative users. You owe Instagram
I do.
users.
I do. So I had Zach record the show last Saturday.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there was a backdrop, which would have been great for a vertical video. And of course, I stood right in between the wall and the backdrop for the majority of my 7-minute clip. Super happy with
It's
myself.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
That's
okay.
that's when you look at your commute and you're like, you couldn't have said, move your ass 3 feet to the left.
Somebody just
Yeah, just a giant foam finger like this way. It's all right.
Well,
You
what
win
do you
some, you
do?
lose some.
yeah.
The material stands on its own. I'll release an audio only.
Just put it in CapCut and crop yourself out and
Oh, there
put
we
your
go.
own background behind it.
That's a
Well,
good
they used to
idea.
do that, right? Original stand-up comedians, all on vinyl records. I've got a
Yeah,
Lenny. I've
yeah,
got a
yeah,
Lenny
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce
Mhm.
from. He self-produced it when he was going to court in San Francisco,
Oh, yeah.
and so for his obscenity trial, and I randomly found it at RPM Records. I don't think they knew what they had.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So self-produced has his home address on it, and it was the
Damn.
clips of the jokes that were under scrutiny for the obscenity trial. So I don't know how many he produced, but like his Hollywood Boulevard, like Hollywood home address is on there, and it's him in a sheriff costume, like pretending to be the police,
That's awesome.
basically.
Great.
And I found it for $8 at RPM.
Wow.
And it sells anywhere from $250 to $500 online,
Damn.
you know?
I mean, that's
And I'm like,
legitimate comedy
You
history.
can, I'm like, you can
Yeah.
bury me with that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really cool.
But I'm just, we could go back to that. We could resurrect that. We could just have Jeremy on vinyl.
I've actually, there's somebody just released a special audio only, and I can't remember for the life of me who it was, but they were on a podcast promoting it. It was, that same kind of just that throwback to a simpler era of comedy. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a bunch of clips for Instagram. I'm not going to try to get into the algorithm. It's like, here's some audio with some jokes. And it's
Yeah.
just so pure that way.
I
Yeah.
prefer audio because like listening to a special or
Yeah.
something with just the audio.
I think
'cause
you're right.
I don't like all the other I want to just hear the joke.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then I wish you could like submit stuff because like my videos suck.
Yeah.
Like they're not professionally done or whatever, but
Sure.
it's the joke and the
Right.
response that
Right.
matters.
Yep.
And I'd rather,
I agree.
that's how I would take it. If I were to, I would never want to do this, but have submissions come in, that's how I would watch it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch them. I would listen
Yeah.
because that's how
you know if the content is
that's
quality.
how you know it's solid and
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you're listening and all you hear is laughs, then you know you have to watch because it's an act out.
yeah.
Yeah. And there are
But
some
it's so far few
comedians
between.
that are very physical. So like, but it's a small percentage, I
Yeah.
feel like, in stand up. Like Robin Williams was my number one. Like
Yeah.
he is my inspiration for wanting to get in. And then I went the theater route. And so I love physical comedy. So when I see somebody who's just like Cat Williams,
Sure.
just
Yeah.
going into it,
Yep.
sweating.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I am here for this. But then you have somebody that like a Roy Wood Jr. or even a John Mulaney. Like
I
I'm
was
sure
just gonna
John
say
Mulaney,
Mulaney.
because such a good storyteller, right?
Mhm.
Would be great on vinyl. Because you're just like, you just like picture it all because he paints that story so
Yeah.
well
Yep.
and so precise for you.
Yeah.
His old stuff, his new stuff, all of it. Pretty straightforward. Jim Gaffigan, probably don't need to see in person. Could
I-
also be just an audio.
I would put Bill Burr in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bill Burr. He's on my wish list
Ranter.
to see.
I've seen him a few times now. He's great.
Yeah. I've seen some great folks at the Comedy Store. It was really lucky, just like Ali Wong
Mhm.
and Eliza. I've seen Eliza a few times. But yeah, it's an interesting idea, just the audio aspect. And I think vinyl also had its own little resurrection the last.
Oh yeah.
My vinyl collection's ridiculous at this point.
Mhm.
I'm just like, I need to write these down because I remember what I own. But maybe that's a thing. You could have your own kamikaze EP.
Yeah, let's
Could
do
be
it.
fun.
I need to start doing stuff. I got about 40 minutes of material that I'd like to record and then never do again.
Yeah.
Never do again.
I think we're doing that in March.
Yeah.
We'll drop it here. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. We'll get Marc in here from New Leonard Media. I'm sure he'd be interested in audio recording that.
Hell yeah.
Well, I guess I would say, based on your many years now, each of experience, like what's the most important thing that you've kind of taken away from your stand-up comedy? Or Jeremy, for you, music, bands, etc. Like as a type of performing artist, which probably feels lofty. Most stand-ups are like, I tell jokes in front of people for peanuts. It's great, But what would you say is like the most important things for y'all that you've learned and keep with you?
For me, it's authenticity. Is try to be as true to yourself as you possibly can. because audiences can tell when you're faking it, or if you're trying to be somebody else, or if you're doing material you don't believe in. That goes for music and comedy. Like if you don't have the art in your heart, as cheesy as that sounds, just quit. Go get a job.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Precise. How about you?
I mean, I think the same thing. Also, I think having the self-awareness to continue to grow and grind and don't be content.
There's always room to learn something, even from somebody you don't like.
Yep. I mean, you can learn a lot from the person
Absolutely.
you don't.
Even if it's a lesson on what not to do, that's very good information to have.
It's all data, right?
Yep.
Like every experience is data, whether you bomb or you watch somebody else bomb, or you're like, I don't know, I got 4 laughs. It's not a total bomb, but it's not great, you know, or you just improv something and that works and you're like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
Or you just like, you wrote something in your head on the way to the club or whatever, and you're like, let's just try that out. And
there are few things that are more beneficial and feel grosser than watching videos of your own performance.
So uncomfortable, yeah.
Hate it.
I think it toughens you up though, because that was the one thing that I was taught, at least, was like, you gotta watch, you gotta listen to your stuff, you gotta record it every time, you gotta listen back, or you gotta, you know, do the video. It's uncomfortable, but you need to see how you look on stage.
And you gotta
Are you
pay
goober
attention
status
to
or
what
not?
you don't like about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you gotta make yourself somebody you like before you can expect anybody else to like you.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I noticed recently, like watching my tapes back, I touched my nose.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason. I don't know why I'm touching my nose.
I've
It doesn't
subconsciously
itch.
started doing like the hand behind the back, like itching my lower back.
A physical
It doesn't itch at all, but
Yeah.
I just
You're
like
just
put my
there.
hand back there.
Yeah, I put it in my back pocket
I've started
where
putting
my
it.
phone is.
I
so
just
it's like,
try to
every
keep
time.
one hand just jammed in my pocket, but then I'll wind up playing with like a lighter or whatever's in my pocket, and then it's like, well, this is a bad look.
Well, and then I'll hold the microphone like, and I'm I'm doing the Shane Gillis, so like instantly,
Prayer
like,
hands.
it's like that's just a natural. It's not his thing, you
Right.
know?
It's the way
It's
that
just-
he's
But I'm not doing it because he did. But I'll catch it, and I'll be like, no, don't. And it's like that stuff doesn't really matter. But
right.
You know what I've
it
found
bugs you.
too is I started really paying attention to what I don't like when I see it in other comics. Like if somebody's doing something that annoys the hell out of me, I'm like, okay, go back and watch your own clip now and see how much you're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And that's why it irks you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any particular, I mean, we talked about the physical things, which I find funny. Nate Bargatze had a whole bit about how he put his arm behind and he's like, now I can't move my shoulder. Like he turned that right into like a joke, which is he's just brilliant like that. Super simple. Everyone loves him kind of guy. But are there other things that you feel like you've gotten better at over time, like faster punchlines or, well, saying less? In between. That's one thing that I always watch. I'm like, oh, she's about 42 times. That's a lot, you know?
I've gotten a lot better with pacing. What I mean by that is I'm usually really good about not letting the material come out too fast, even if I'm super nervous. It's like you still got to pause in the right spots and hit the beats and the timing. And that's been a big lesson for me for over a number of years, which I think I'm getting a lot better at. It's just like, I think Ron White said it. He's like, if you're doing good, slow down. If you're doing bad, slow down.
Solid.
And it's just like, just take a breath and just try to be in the moment and, don't let the room intimidate you necessarily. Or at least try not to let it look like the room's intimidating you.
Yeah.
Just keep doing the jokes at your pace and things will work out.
I think for me, especially in the last year, is learning like your material is what you fall on. Being loose and in the room, reading the room and taking what it gives you and not like being on script. I think that's a big thing I've learned in the past year or so. It's you can go in there with a plan, but you should go in there with 3 and then be ready to scrap all of it because the room may not be like, we want you to make fun of us or we're here for something different. And it's like your job as the entertainer to be like, oh, this is what you want. And not just being married to your material.
That's why I think like theme sets can be so dangerous too, because if you go in with like 10 minutes on one topic and the audience is like,
you gotta be able to
you're
shift.
hooked. You're hooked. Yeah, you're done. It's one of the things I think I had to learn. You talked about this earlier with like maybe what you did in San Diego doesn't work in Austin, certainly doesn't work in Michigan. I learned that between LA and Wyoming, Michigan.
Yeah.
Wildly different areas. And you have to be able to read the room and like, they're not laughing. Wait, where am I again? Oh, let's talk about that. You know what I mean? And like, you have to be able to pivot and just
It's the
roll
same
with the
Traverse City to
punches.
Grand Rapids, in my
Yeah.
experience.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
stuff that'll work on a Tuesday night at Union Street. And be like, I know this works. It's killed for like 6 weeks in a row. And then you'll go down to do your yearly Grand Rapids open mic, and they're like, nah.
Yeah.
I thought for sure I was going to get them this time.
Yeah. Before I moved, I bombed every time in Grand Rapids. And at the time, I was like, oh, it's them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, no, it was definitely me.
Yeah.
I never blamed them. It's just I haven't figured out what of mine that they like yet.
Yeah.
Right. And I had to learn.
Yeah.
And, bury that ego of, well, it worked here. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's the grand mystery of comedy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a single joke that's 100% hilarious everywhere.
Correct.
Yeah, those chicken crossing the road things didn't really sustain themselves, did they? Couple more questions before we do our rapid fire, and then we'll end. But how do you guys write jokes? I think this is something that's so different from comic to comic. And I have definitely met comics that are like, I just like take a couple notes down, and like they never sit down and actually write a joke. I was very much in the, I'm a writer, but like I'm very much in the like, write this and tons of different ways. And my journals are filled with just chicken scratch and a bunch of stuff, right? And then here's like maybe a 5-minute, and you plot it out, whatever. And you try to remember it, because the worst is, if you're at an open mic, you can do whatever, right? You can be like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, so next, right? You can kind of like hold it up and go through it. But what works for you guys? Are you audio tape people? Are you note takers? Are you writing it down?
Typically, how I write a joke is it just be a premise. And I'll write out 3-4 premises over the course of a week, and then go up Tuesday night and try to figure it out on stage. That's how I like to, because it's very much an interaction with the audience, because I have written out full jokes, set up, punch, whatever, structured, and then you take it out and you're like, I did the formula and it doesn't work. So it's like, I need the audience as like a writing partner, because I'm like, okay, here's where my brain went. Are you following me? You're not. Okay.
Pivot.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then, that's just, again, be in the moment, live on stage, and try to figure it out there.
Okay.
I still, every now and again, I'll just have an absolutely absurd thought that I'll just write down every aspect of it that crosses my brain, but I still subscribe to capture the premise, have an idea of what you want to talk about. Like, I call it building a loose scaffolding. Like, you're not going to build a skyscraper under it, but you can climb up there for a little bit and see what's going on.
I like it. Good metaphor. All right. How about you, Scott?
I do something different, I think, with every single joke. It just depends on where I'm at in getting into the zone of finding the joke. But I think my favorite thing that I do is if I have like a new premise or something, or if I've written the joke out, doesn't matter, whatever I take it to the stage for the first couple times, I'll try to like crowd work it or figure out the response from the crowd so I can learn, what are they thinking when I say this? Or what information do they have for me that I can now, okay, this is what they think. This is a fun tag or something. I think that's the biggest thing, is just getting on stage and throwing it at the wall. Because I was talking about this the other day. Like, me at Union Street is completely different than my act. Because at Union Street, I'm the most comfortable there, and I'm very, very loosey-goosey and not afraid of something that won't work. I'm not afraid to bomb at Union Street.
Well, no one's paying for your time at Union Street either.
Right, so I'm not, there's an expectation, but it's not like I paid to see this. So obviously, open mics, just firing from the hip is my favorite way with a new premise.
Yeah. I like it. What is the best piece of advice you would give to somebody who wants to get into stand-up comedy in 2026? As we were chatting about earlier, wanting to grow the scene a little bit, there's, at least not yet, stand-up comedy classes, which lots of people have ideas about and feelings and sentiments, depending on how you do them. So, outside of a class, it's like, we're going to maybe teach you how to write a joke, or like, the structure of a joke.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how a class would work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how to teach.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm not your teacher, but
my comedy class
I don't know.
Very short. It'd be like having
get up
Maybe it's a
on-
workshop. Maybe it's a workshop.
An angle that no one else is thinking about.
Thank
Yeah.
you for your time.
Go ahead.
Goodbye, class.
You've graduated.
Sounds like it's probably more of a workshop. Well, I just know that in certain markets there are comedians that, in order to make money, they're like, I'll teach stand-up, you know?
Yeah.
And I think what it comes down to is a lot of people find stand-up comedy terrifying. First off, they're
Absolutely.
terrified to talk in front of people, perform in front of people.
Fail in front of people.
All that stuff. They're
Yeah.
like, how would I even blah, blah, blah. And there are people that are just naturally funny. And then there are people that are funny at parties and social scenes. And then there's stand-up. And stand-up really is, I think, different. Like somebody who's just funny around a campfire
Yeah.
is not structurally like boom, 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 boom,
Sure.
boom, right? Type
Yeah, yeah.
5 capable. Not to mention, like, if you're just around friends, you're shooting the shit, it's great.
Yeah.
But in front of an audience where
Different animal. Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
is on you, it's not on the audience.
Mhm.
It's a different story. So I think a lot of my guess is a lot of the classes that are taught are understanding what a premise is, understanding how to pull ideas out of that, where to run with it, how to test things. For some folks, how do you, like mic etiquette, going
Sure,
up and
yeah.
pulling the mic off.
I can see.
and
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
There's definitely
super
some benefit
basics.
in this.
Super basics, or
But
performance, or
again,
like your voice, or
I
physical.
would posit that class could be an afternoon at best.
Yeah,
like If
workshop.
you're signing up for a recurring comedy class, I'm willing to bet you're being robbed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, more than one. I think it's one of those things like I have a rowing coach. It's like this. He's just like, get in the boat. Just get in the damn boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
honestly,
that's-
And it's like, just get up on the open
I
mic.
think it applies there too.
Yep.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, one of the biggest barriers we have is that our only open mic takes place in a bar where you can't get in after 9 p.m. if you're under 21. So, I mean, there's no comedy outlet for any high school kids who might have a idea in their head that they might want to try comedy.
Yes, at least 16 to 20-year-olds.
Yeah. And that's
which
something
is a
that
market.
I went through growing
Yeah.
up here is there's nothing for kids that age to do.
But if they get in before 9, can they stay after 9?
With
Technically.
With an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
There
do
you go.
have to leave by 9.
Okay. Well, there's a small window maybe then. You just put them on early.
Yeah.
But any pieces of advice for people that want to jump into comedy in 2026?
It goes back to authenticity for me. I mean, I think you can't be anybody but you, so be the best you can be. Because if you're trying to be somebody else, like we got them already. We're good on that.
Yeah. I say just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people after shows, this happened
Oh
last
my
night.
God.
Someone comes up and is like, I really want to do it.
Really wish I could do that. It's like, you can.
And yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's it. I came to, when I started, I came to one, I watched it, and then I was like, I want to do that next week. And then I haven't stopped,
Yeah.
you know?
That's literally how I started.
Yeah.
I lived off of Riverside Park in Grand Rapids, and back then,
did
Sunday Night
too.
Funnies was at this riverfront hotel, I think it was. Now it's like a Radisson or something, and I went to like I walked to the Sunday open mics and watched a few in a row, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to email Brian. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Just going to do it.
Yeah.
Did it. And I was like, he booked me for like 2 weeks later. So then I had 2 weeks of anxiety to be like, what the
course,
hell am I going to talk about? What did I do? What did I do? And then my cousin drove from Ferndale to come over and watch me. And it was so great and it ended up being the last night they were in that space. And there was like couches everywhere. The whole room was just stony, the whole thing. And so it ended up being a funny set because I just essentially just was like, what the hell is happening in this room?
Yeah.
Like, here's some jokes I think I wrote, but what the hell is happening here, you know?
Those meta sets are so fun.
And then it got off and I was just like adrenaline. But I was like, oh, that was a new form of performing I haven't done before. That was fun, you know? And I used that to get into, a couple other places. It was like looking back on it, not great. But it was the first.
Yeah. It's like
You know.
getting bit by a vampire. Get the thirst for blood.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I was like, does that happen to you often?
You said it was early in the morning. I have not had enough coffee today.
It's technically past 12 now. Okay, let's wrap up with rapid fire.
Right.
All
Let's do
right.
it.
Let's see if you guys can rapid fire the rapid fire. So the goal being don't overthink it.
Okay.
Just shoot from the hip. Don't be a terrible person. But, you wouldn't be here if you were. So it's 5 questions. It's the same question for both of you.
All right.
Scott, we'll start with you. Favorite stand-up comedian?
Early Tom Segura.
Nice.
Did I steal yours?
You did.
Doesn't matter. Favorite instrument?
Favorite instrument, guitar.
Dream venue to tell jokes in?
The Comedy Store.
Great. Favorite performance ritual, something you do ahead of, like backstage or before you get on?
Fake karate and stretching.
Okay. Favorite thing to do in Michigan outside of the performing arts?
Pinball.
Love it. Jeremy.
All right.
Favorite stand-up comedian?
Dan Soder.
Okay. He had a quick.
Damn it.
He had
That's a good one,
quick
too.
B. All
I had
right.
time to think.
Favorite instrument?
Oh, favorite instrument, guitar. Baritone guitar. Let's get technical. Yeah.
Dream venue to tell jokes in?
Dream venue to tell our own comedy club, like a legit comedy club.
Like maybe voyeurs? Voyeurs? Anyway. Favorite performance ritual backstage?
Backstage ritual. It's the anxiety for sure.
That's a performance ritual?
Actually, yeah, it is. It is. I call it letting the panic play.
Okay.
I just let myself freak out for like 2 minutes. I'm like, it's gonna be the worst. I'm gonna go out there and bomb, and I just get really in my head, and then I'm like, fuck that, we got this.
Wow, it's your own panic at your own disco.
Yeah.
Maybe silent.
God damn it.
Hey! Favorite thing to do in Michigan outside of the performing arts?
Oh, summer.
Summer.
Just summer
Just
in
the
Michigan is unbeatable.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you both. This was enlightening. We learned a lot. I think everyone now knows what you need to do to not bomb.
Yeah.
So show up, USS Open Mic Tuesdays,
If
8
you
p.m.
want time, easiest way to get in touch with us is through the USS Comedy Facebook page. We got a couple of us that monitor that for stage time requests. That's the easiest way. If you don't have Facebook, which I don't blame you, everybody should give up on Facebook. Just show up and ask who's hosting that night, and if there's time, we'll put you up. And that goes for everybody. We don't discriminate. Anybody who wants to come do time at Union should come do time at Union.
Yes.
And I'm going to do a call out to the ladies, please.
Yes, please.
Because we're like 20% of the population, and it's hard to just be the only one. So
And I know
please come.
a Tuesday night at a bar is a tough sell if you're, working a day job, but, come to one a month.
Yeah.
Or just come hang out. You just come and
come
watch.
hang and
Come
see
watch.
and,
It's not that bad.
see that we're not a bunch of, some of us are absolutely weirdos, but the majority of us are good, normal people.
Selling it good.
And I want to say from, traveling and living in different places and doing a bunch of comedy in different places, Union Street Station is my favorite mic. It's the most welcoming. You can run anything.
We're both incredibly biased because we co-host the show, but this is not just us saying it. We get feedback anytime we get somebody from out of town that comes through telling us that we have one of the friendliest rooms, one of the most free to express and do comedy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And please come to a Kamikaze show. Follow us. We got shows coming. The next one is February 27th in Traverse City.
Amazing.
Right Brain Brewery.
Perfect.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
All right, get your tickets now. Check them out. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thank you.